So the offensive line, Tay. That is a bigger deal to me than the DBs. The DBs, all those guys are going to play. I think that's more of a, hey, we expect you to be a 1. Even if you're a 2, you're a 1. So we're going to get you out here. For the offensive line, we've been hearing everything. In the days that I've been out there, tackle has looked good. Both tackles have looked great. And so maybe that's a situation where, okay, hey, if we have an injury, let's see, you got to be our swing tackle. You got to be able to play both. The DJ Chester stuff is the more interesting note to me. Like, think about this. He was on an offensive line last year where he was a starter at the most important position, the center position, with 4 guys that got drafted into the NFL. Okay? So he's a young player, playing center, making the calls, ball in his hand every play. Mm-hmm. The other 4 guys get drafted. Pretty good offensive line. And now you're fighting for your life at guard. That's more of a storyline to me than anything else. And Mubinga played when Dellinger went down last year, okay? So we expect him to play. Like, at least I did. Like, the DJ Chester stuff is interesting. Like, you were a starter on that offensive line, and now you're fighting for any spot?
Yeah. What's funny is, like, at the center position, at most position, interior offensive lineman, like, if you have a guy, and I'm not saying this is him at all, but, like, if you have a guy in one of those interior spots that's a little bit weaker of an offensive lineman, not as strong, but you have guys around him, they can be hidden. Like, you can hide them. They can look really good. Multiple times in the NFL, we had so in Green Bay we had like this formula of 2 really good guards and a young, smaller center. I remember Corey Linsley getting to
he ended with the Chargers.
Corey Linsley, great player. I'm not saying it, but like he was able to start as a rookie because he had 2 Pro Bowl guards around him. Yeah, we had Bakhtiari and Blaga at tackles too. So it was like a good surrounding force. So like it's a kind of a good comparison to what you're talking about here. Like everybody was good all the offensive linemen, but we had this young center that ended up looking great, playing great because he had all that help around him, and you can kind of hide that. But when all those pieces are gone, what kind of player do they step up to be? So we're still trying to figure that out. A lot of that, I mean, you still need a 6, 7, 8-man rotation at offensive linemen because they're all going to play. They're all going to play a lot of football, I guess, just because that's the nature of the beast. But it is interesting. You go from that offensive lineman, the top pass-blocking offensive line in the country, to fighting a dogfight, which is
it might be the odd man out.
Which is actually might be play devil's advocate. I mean, a really good sign for that offensive line. It means guys are stepping up, playing well. Brian Kelly seems to think that he's very confident in the offensive line, so I think that we should be too. I know it's this big question mark, but I firmly feel that they're going to step and be sufficient. Now, there's going to be some gaffes here and there. There's going to be some sacks given. There's going to be pressures. There's going to be bad runs. And it's going to be so highlighted early on in the season because of the question marks. Like, oh God, he's doing this. It happens to everybody. We had one of the best offensive lines last year, but we couldn't run block. Like that, it's just things are gonna happen. So you got to give them a little time. You got to give them a little time to gel, and that's what camp is for. You hope you get a lot of those kinks out, but they got to grow up fast. They got to grow up really fast.
Yeah, I mean, and too, like when you have a move like this after a scrimmage, I mean, coaches and a lot of people, I mean, hand up, we overreact to scrimmages, and if you didn't have a good day on the Ponderosa, then it's like you put somebody on notice as well.
How many times did a coach put somebody with the second team to make a point to that player?
Oh, all the time.
All the time. It doesn't mean that they're going to be on second, but they're like, all right, you better pick your stuff up or you're going to be right here. So, hey, buddy, behind you. You go in with the ones. You take a seat. And it just wakes you up. So coaches play those mind tricks, those mental games all the time.
Yeah, of the guys that we just assumed, like without a doubt, without a question, this year going to be a starter on the offensive line. We would start with DJ Chester, and then we kind of build the other 4 around that. And, again, it sounds like he is fighting for a spot, not even at the same spot that he played a year ago. So we'll see what happens. Paul Mubinga, DJ Chester, Weston Davis, all these guys we're talking about, how that plays out. Because, next weekend. The game is next weekend. So certainly something to pay attention to on that offensive front.